Hello guys, this is Junaid Khan and welcome to my channel. This video is related to the playlist in which I was showing you that how you can perform Crud operations with Firebase on your with your Flutter project. So this video is about updating the data in the Firebase. So let's start by opening the project in which we are currently working on, and I'm gonna open the home screen.dart file. This is the file in which we are working on. So but first let's run the project on our app in the mobile. So first I want to show you that how it's what exactly we need. So whenever we click on one of these, it should open a dialog like this one with the button title as update data, and the data should be Junaid 26 subject physics or computer should shown here. So we can edit it and update the data. So first we need to show a dialog once we click on this one, and then we have to update the title, and after that we will save the query, run the query for the database. So for this one, minimize it. Okay, so remember we developed a widget to show the student data. So I'm gonna convert this widget into Inkwell, so it will allow us to use the property of onTap. Like this. And now we will pass the value of this student to our controllers, because controllers, these are the common controllers which we are, because one more thing, that I'm gonna use the same dialog which I'm using for inserting the data, but with a little bit of additions. So I'm gonna pass the values of this data student to our controllers. EDT name controller dot text. Let's have a property as text student list dot student data dot name. Like this. Now I'm duplicating the others as well. EDT age, subject, like this. So by clicking on these ones, let's hot reload either it's working or not. Okay, so whenever I tap on this one, it should see, now it's showing my data. If I hot restart the application, when I click on the floating button on the start, then it will not show any data. But if I click on this one and then click on the floating button, then it's showing me the data. But it's not the correct way. It should open the dialog by just clicking on this one. So I'm gonna create a new bool type of variable, which will, no, not for now. We can use this one, student dialog, control hot reload. Okay, see, when I'm clicking on this one, then it's showing me the data, that dialog box with the current data. So now we need to change the value of the button. So for that, I'm gonna create a bool variable, update student, and in the start its value will be false. But once I click on this one, then it should have a value true, like this. And now I'm gonna open this one, And for the text will be, if the value of update student is true, then it should show update data, otherwise save data. I'm gonna value of hot reload, sorry. See, update data. But one more problem we are facing right now, that whenever I click on this one, but if I want to add a new data, then the data in the controllers, the text in the controllers are saved, and the boolean variable is also true. So for that, we are gonna change some logic in the floating action button. ETT name dot text. I'm gonna make them empty. ETT age and ETT subject. And for the value will be, for update student will be false. Hot reload. Okay, now it's showing me the data. Now it's on the create mode. Now it's on the update mode. So now we need to run our query. But if you remember that this query is only for adding a new data, not for updating the data. But we can use a if-else condition for this one. So let's say that if the value of update student is true, then it means that we are updating the student. Else we are not updating the student. So we can use this query into the else part, and for the update student I'm going to create a new query, dbref.child students dot child. Remember, we are getting a key for this one. Let me show you that this is the key, because if we don't have the key, then we don't know that in which index I should go, in which child I should go. So this is the purpose of the key. So for that we can use, so we can pass the key to this dialog, string key like this, and where we are passing this value, yeah, this one. So for the key like this, and the key will be, oh, I need to use this one. So the use of curly braces here is like this one, that either I can provide this params or either I cannot. So it depends on me if I want to provide it or not. So key and student list dot key. Okay, so the key is passed to the dialog, so we can use this key here, key and dot update data, because remember that we need to pass the value of into the hash map. So we are storing the values in the controllers, so it's not a big deal that we can use this same data hash map for updating. Dot then function only works if our previous function runs successfully. Int index. Now we need to update this query when updates the data into the Firebase, but it will not update the data into our current list. But first let me show you that how it's possible, what I'm actually telling you. So let's say that if I want to add a S here, see S, but it's not updating that value in our local list. So what I'm gonna show you is how you can do this one. Int index student list dot index where. First I need to get the index of that specific element. So element dot key equals to key. This will return us the index of that specific element, and then I have to remove it. Student list dot remove at index, then student list dot insert. There I have to pass that index again, and student key will be key, and student data from JSON and data. This is the same data which we are storing into our database. And set state and navigator dot off dot pop. So like this one. So hot reload. Instead of hot reload, let's hot restart it. Computers. So I'm gonna update my age here. 27. So see, now it's updating the data, and it's also storing, and it's also updating our local list as well. So in this way you can do the update method in your Flutter application. And the next video will be about how to delete the data from your database. So press the bell icon, subscribe our channel so you will not miss any video in the future. Thank you so much.